Yo, what's going on? Haven't been here in a minute. Shout out to everybody here listening, coming through the live stream or coming watching the replay. If you can, please hit a like, share this content. As like I said before, I'm starting to roll back the channel, going back with the content. Shout out to the Bimelo. I see him here in the live stream. Also, I appreciate all the support that we have been giving or getting in the AFC North channel. I love doing it with my guys over there. I know a lot of you sometimes are like, Sonny, but you should, be more aggressive. I'm like, yeah, but also reminder is we had to share our time between four of us. So in all this craziness, we have to find a way to balance and make the show watchable for everybody that is watching the show. But nonetheless, I appreciate everybody that has been joining the live stream. Okay, I know Steelers are playing against the team. I was gonna say the other part. Hey, go the team, right? I'm pulling for that, and we're gonna see some scenarios for making the playoffs later on. But for now, it's important to talk about this Cowboys Ravens game. Look, I'm nervous. I should not be nervous, but I'm nervous. I think the Ravens are a better team. They're having a lot of players coming back from COVID. We don't know how severe COVID was for these players. I got demonetized now because I said COVID, but so might as well just keep using the word. So I don't know how severe it is for these players in COVID, but if some of them were severe, those players, think about, they're not going to be 100%. COVID affects their lungs, their capacity of breathing. So if it was severe for them, it's going to be rough for them to be 100%. Shout out to Johnny Williams. I see him here. Long time no see. I know, brother. Thank you for coming to the live stream. So, saying that, the Cowboys are a team and kind of a mess, right? Cowboys are a team that, similar to the Browns that year, a lot of hype. This is always the case with the Cowboys. Let's be honest. Cowboys are always overhyped. The Cowboys are always overvalued. The Cowboys are a team that, because it's America's team, blah, 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 they think of themselves too big. Now, saying that, their offense should be a power offense. Zeke Elliott, one of the top running backs in the league. Right receiver wise, you have CeeDee Lamb, a guy that the Ravens tried to trade for. Amari Cooper, in my opinion, overrated receiver, but not a bad receiver. And I'm blanking on the guy from Colorado. Oh, man, a guy that I wanted the Ravens to draft. Gallup. So those three receivers can present a lot of challenges for the Ravens, or for any team, to be honest. Tight end, they're kind of weak on the tight end side. But where they are weak is a place where they were strong when they used to be good, and this is why offensive linemen are so important. The Cowboys, basically, what I read you is a talented offense, right? Obviously, Dak is not there. But even with Andy Dalton, they should be quasi-good. But the problem is offensive linemen, they're not there. The offensive lines are not there. They are not there. They're not playing well. So obviously, they cannot protect the quarterback. They cannot be in it. They cannot, give the quarterback that clean pocket that needs. So that's the problem with the Cowboys offense. Johnny Williams says, you gotta win. Player starts Browns week. Next to nothing. Shout out to you, man. If we win out, more than likely we will be in the playoffs. I just don't know if the Ravens are capable of that after losing 3 straight. But hopefully we get healthy and start rolling. We're gonna discuss that. Shout out to you. Thank you for joining the live stream. Okay, saying that, how can this Ravens get to? For those of you that are not familiar how I do my channel, and I haven't done it recorded, but I'm doing it live today, is I'm gonna basically go offense against defense and how should we attack. Okay, so that's their weak point. So I feel like the Ravens at the beginning of the game should man up, should blitz Andy Dalton, should pressure Andy Dalton, they confuse that O-line. And even when you're not blitzing, I want stunts because that O-line is weak. From left tackle, Zach Martin ain't even playing. For left tackle to right tackle, that is their softer spot. So pressure Andy, get him, knock him down, blitz him, not blitz him, confuse him. And then that offense will not move the ball. Remember, our defense has been playing well. I know we're going through a run. I know the Tennessee game, that was tough to watch. I really feel like the defense basically got tired. And when you're tired, you're not tackling well. You forget to wrap. You're just trying to lunge and just giving yourself up. So I really think that's what happened in the Tennessee game with that defense. But anyway, in this game, the defense should be balling. It should be balling. Again, it's not that they don't have weapons, but a position that people don't really think about is that O-line. And that O-line is important. And Dallas don't currently have a good O-line. So let's flip it on the other side. Our offense, look, the Dallas D-line sometimes can create problems. This depends how they wake up in any given day. D-Law has been a disappointment, and I'll admit, when we drafted ET, or not drafted, when we signed ET, Earl Thomas, I wanted us to get D-Law, but he's been a disappointment. But Alden Smith, he has, I don't know, the phantom of youth. He's been playing fairly well. The interior D-line is not the best, and then secondary is soft, and this is the problem with the Cowboys. Their defense is very bad. So Lamar and company, this is a game that I want you to put around 30 points. You should be putting 30 plus points against this Cowboys defense. This Cowboys defense don't present a challenge. They're not good against the run. The linebackers have been hurt all year, so I remember we used to talk about Vander Edge and Smith. I said, oh my God, the best combo linebacker, middle linebacker, young, explosive. They've been hurt. Vander Edge has been a shell of himself. Again, Vander Edge has been hurt a lot. So it's not necessarily Smith, but Vander Edge. Anyway, there is running lanes to be had in this game. So J.K. Dobbins attack with Gus, attack with Ingram a little bit, but also something to consider. Think about this: the Ravens-Steelers game. In that game, the Ravens were using RG3 as what I would love for the Ravens to use Lamar Jackson. Very similar to last year. The only difference is Lamar used to keep it run a stretch. Now RG3 was keeping it running it in. Design plays for the stretch, but for the other part, he was keeping and running it in through the A gap. So that being said, this is what I want to see more going through with Lamar. I know we lost the Steelers game, and that sucks, but hopefully what that did was it gave a break to this Ravens, some rest. The people that were banged up, right? You had Calais Campbell and B. Will. They're supposed to be back. Maybe Harbaugh said in the fence. Well, hopefully they're back. Limited snaps. Because next week is when we need these guys. And shout out to Baltimore Boy 410. Thank you for the people that are joining the live stream, because I know the Steelers game is on there. It's 10:38 over here in England. Shout out to all of you. Thank you for joining the live stream. Okay. So on offense, what do I want to see? I want to see a lot of runs to the gut. I want to see a lot of runs to the A and B gap, and then I want to see us hitting them with play action. This is a game where Hollywood should thrive. This is a game I think Mark Andrews won't play. So this is a game also that you might see some Des. Wilson, I don't like Wilson. To be honest, Wilson is bad. He should have caught that ball for a touchdown over there against Steelers. Man, that was a bad drop. That was a well-designed play, perfectly thrown. He should have just grabbed it and tuck it. Might win. Who knows? But anyway, so this is a game that Hollywood needs to step up. Snead, and I might see this, right? Because again, who's their big target? But Boykins doesn't really play like that. Boykins plays more finesse. And before I keep going, if you can, please hit the like button. I know we have only 9 to 10 people here. Like I said, I'm trying to rebuild the channel because I know I took some hiatus. Okay. So running through the gut, this is a game that power running. You cannot let them go. Power running, and then big plays. This is a game. It's gonna be open. The secondary for Dallas is bad, right? The rookie from Bama, Diggs, he's okay. Safeties are bad. Linebackers are okay. But like I said, they're always hurt. Now, the one thing that Dallas has, they haven't played since last Thursday, right? So they're coming through a week and a half of not playing football. Obviously, that's good for them. They're coming from a mini bye. They saw the Ravens play against the Steelers. That wasn't the same Ravens team. Look, I don't believe necessarily more victories, but I would say that team played hard. That team played with passion. The team that played against the Steelers, it's a team that they knew their backs were against the wall. They knew the team was probably not gonna win, and they still play hard. They were there, ready to fight for every yard. If they bring that same intensity against Dallas, there's no way that they're gonna lose. They're gonna beat them. Okay. Hold on, because I do want to do this. Oh, what do you have you guys here? So game is tied 0-0, 2 minutes to go. Washington is about to punt. Okay, so special teams should be fine. Obviously, the Ravens. Morgan Cox, I don't know if he's gonna play or not, but look, the long snapper that played last week, he did okay. You know what it tells me? You can get rid of Morgan Cox. Morgan Cox makes a couple mil. It's not much, but as the cap is going down and we have more players that we had to pay, guys like Morgan Cox you had to shave. So Mark Ingram, Morgan Cox are two guys that I think are gonna be on the outs. Also, let me say something. Castillo, the center that played really good. So I know that probably Macari will be back in this game, but I will not be surprised. Like right now, if I was them, I would say, "Screw, you know what, dude, you're gonna be inactive." I would like Castillo to be the backup, if not just playing center. Because you know who is not playing well? A guy that I had given praises, but I really didn't like his play, and then he has played better, but not lately. Bozeman. Bozeman has been playing really bad. So Orlando Brown Jr. has been okay in the left tackle. Not great, but okay. Bozeman, I think, has been bad. Castillo held his own, and Macari played well the week before. Powers, I love Powers. Powers has been playing really good at right tackle. And then Fluker's not great, but I'm hoping to try the other kid. He was out for COVID as well. I can't remember. The Charm City says, Jay Will, shout out to you, man. Thank you for doing a live stream. The Charm City Brandon A says, I'm watching this video today. As much as I love Shannon, he's giving Carson Wentz these excuses. He has no O-line or weapons, but why can't that apply for Lamar as well? I think it's a couple of things. Thank you for the question. Think about this. Now, I've been saying the O-line has been a problem since early in the year. But weapons-wise, very few Ravens were knocking the weapons in week 1, right? I was excited. I was also saying that most of them are rookies. And the AFC North talk, when we ranked the receiving crew, I ranked them 4th in the division. But now, if we go to now, the reality is Lamar has nothing, really. Hollywood is not dependable. He drops balls. He quits on plays, in my opinion. That pick that the Steelers make, that pick 6, how the game started, Hollywood couldn't have tackled the guy. He had no effort. He put no effort. So Hollywood has not been great. Boykins is very timid. I need him more aggressiveness of him. So Boykins hasn't been the receiver that they thought. And then if you keep going, Snead is dependable. Although he has occasional drops, that's same as Andrews. But look, they traded their second tight end. So right now they don't have tight ends. And who else I'm missing? Oh, and then the other guys are just rookies, right? And we'll see what Des Bryant does. But Des Bryant has been out of the league for a while. So, yeah, Lamar actually does not have any weapons other than Mark Andrews, which is a Pro Bowl tight end. And seeing his wins, which has an All-Pro. Both of them have very bad O-lines right now. The Ravens overall have a better team, though. The Ravens' defense is a really, really, really good defense. The Eagles' defense is okay at best. And so it makes the problems be amplified. So when your offense and defense is bad, you're like, well, what do you want him to do? Their defense can stop nothing, and their offense is just bad, right? He doesn't have any weapons, and then you flip him for the Ravens. You're like, man, but that defense, look, they're balling out. They just need the offense to do just a little bit more. So I think that also contributes the Charlotte City player. That contributes to the problem, but overall, I agree with you. I think I don't want to make excuses for Lamar, and I think once you get excuses, if Lamar is an MVP, he needs to elevate. I think Wentz thinks he was an MVP, he should elevate his team as well. Don Dimelo, it is real. Jason Moyer, shout out to you. Thank you for joining. I know that's right. Jay Will says they give Wentz and Kyler all the excuses in the world. Kyler has a lot of weapons right now. Lord Sabbath, shout out to you, man. What's up, Sunny Ravens Nation? And Aaron, what up, man? Thank you for joining the live stream. Okay, so just summarizing the Cowboy and Ravens game, this should be a game that the Ravens dominate. And my hope is we come up, we come fire, we score quick, and then we slow it down, we pound it, we melt clock, and nobody gets hurt because next week it is the game. And let's add this here. Okay. I know a lot of you have seen this, the playoff machine. It's no secret. So let me see here before I go. The Patriots are creeping up, and I feel like if they haven't lost those 2 games against the Bills and Seahawks, it probably would have been 8-4, 7-5, maybe. But the problem is you have to win the games that are in front of you. Look, the Ravens' problem is they lost to the Patriots. If not, we're what, 7-4? 7-4 right now, and going to this game. And if we win, we're 8-4, tied with Miami, and Indianapolis here, right? So, Aaron, what up, man? Okay, so let's just for kicks, let's assume all this has happened, right? Let's see, the Steelers win today, the Bills win today, and the Ravens win. Ravens lose to the Browns and make Colts or Raiders lose to each other. We still get to now. I think we cannot. If we are making it with 10-6, it has to be that we lose against the NFC. We cannot lose like another AFC team. If we lose, it has to be NFC. Miami's proving that they are not a joke, but do not trust their rookie quarterback. Well, yeah, he got injured. That's the problem right now. I don't know. Miami squeaked by over the Bengals. Not super impressive, but yeah, I don't know. Oh, so you try to work. Okay, so we're gonna go to a couple of different scenarios, Aaron, and guys. So you can you can give me your input as much as you want. We're just gonna try different scenarios here and see how different paths are gonna go for the Ravens before we keep going. Steelers had the ball in the start of the second quarter at Washington's 48. Okay, so let's go to week 14, right? So week 13, assuming we beat Dallas, Bills, and Steelers win. Those are the only 3 games. Here, I think that the Rams are going to beat the Patriots. I think KC is going to beat Miami. KC's trying to keep up here. Doesn't matter. Let's give it to the boys. I think Tennessee wins here. This is an interesting game. I'm going to give it to, I think Arizona's a better team. Whatever, that doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. It really doesn't. So here's the interesting game, right? If you think about it, what the Ravens will want is for this to happen. Literally, this is what, because right now you have an Indianapolis Colts, so we have a tiebreaker. So it will be nice if Vegas wins. But for now, because I think the Colts are a better team, I'm going to give it to the Colts. Thomas Morgan, shout out to you. I'm counting on Las Vegas losing a couple of games. They have been pretty bad in the last few weeks. They almost lost the Jets. And then Seattle. We're going to go here, Saints. The Washington team's gonna lose there. Here's another interesting game. Now, a lot of people tell me who should I pull, and I know the Ravens say this a lot. Like, who should you root? Not because they're undefeated. It's because it's the best case scenario for the Steelers to play all the way to Week 17 hard. I think Lamar's. Well, we don't know how is his COVID situation, minutes, but I'm hoping he wins. I'm sorry, I'm hoping he's ready. If COVID really hit him hard, then it's gonna be hard because the breathing, it affects your breathing, right? And here is almost like the game for the Ravens. So obviously for this scenario, you can't lose. If you lose to them, you're done. So even with all this, you see the Ravens don't creep up there. Now, here the Ravens are 8-5. You see Miami, and then you see Indianapolis and the Browns. Okay, so here the Raiders. We're gonna give it to the Bills, Green Bay, Rams. And if at any point you think I made, oh my gosh, Sonny, why are you picking that guy, that team? Let me know. Dolphins, Ravens, Colts, Brownies, Washington, no, Seattle. And okay, so far, week 15 rolls. Ravens are 9-5. This is the scenario. Now, I don't think I have picked any outrageous statements here, right? The only one that you can think of is I give the Steelers a loss, but if you flip it like that, it doesn't affect our play upon. That affects more the bye week. Okay? Here, I think the Saints. And look at this. Why is this so critical? And here, if you don't lose, is when you're gonna see the team. We can do that scenario soon, Aaron. Just remind me, okay? And here is when you're gonna see the Ravens if they win. Who they play here? The Giants. Giants have been playing better, but here's where you're gonna see the Ravens creep because it doesn't matter. Oh, it does. Okay. So Raiders win, Baltimore's in, Miami win, Baltimore still second. Okay. So I'm actually gonna keep Miami winning for now, and we're gonna have Browns there. This is a good one. Let's give it to the Steelers. This doesn't matter. Put a tie. Doesn't matter. Yeah. No, Jefferson want to win. Tennessee and I think the Bills. Okay. So after all that, somebody went down. Oh, so look what happened here. This is the week, like I said, week 16. Steelers win and Dolphins win. We're in. If the Raiders win and the Colts win, the Ravens are in. So if we win all, this is where we're gonna see us get in, right? So far, again, I'm not trying to. I'm trying to be fair and putting scenarios, and then I'm gonna play a little bit more with other teams losing, so you can see how much up we can go. But so far, Ravens or Dolphins beating the Raiders is not outrageous. Basically, I have not given the Dolphins any loss. That's rich, but I have not given them any loss. Because that's one of the worst scenarios that can happen to the Ravens because these guys already lost, right? The Ravens already lost when they lost to Atlanta. Okay, so in this is the week in week 16. If you haven't lose, you're gonna see the Ravens pop into the playoff. Week 17, very important here. I think Miami here will lose, although here is a week that the Buffalo can say, let's take a bye week and just set everybody in, and then just play them, I guess, next week. Patriots, Bengals. I think the Steelers probably going to try to win that game, try to keep up with them. Tennessee, Colts, Chiefs. Let me put it in the G-Man. 6-10, baby. And then none of these games really matter. Okay, so look at the scenario. This is giving Cleveland 2 losses. 2 losses. Where Cleveland will be losing to the Ravens and to the Steelers, beating the rest of their opponent. Then they finished 7 as the Steelers. Miami only losing to Buffalo. 3 teams 11-5, and we are back to Tennessee. Now let's change a couple of these scenarios here. Going here, a possible game. Oh, Miami will lose to KC. That's another one. A possible thing that we can do is giving the Colts an L there. That's unlikely. That doesn't change anything for us there. And here to the Steelers, that's a possibility. Yeah, that's definitely a possibility. The Steelers can beat the Bills. I think the Bills will beat them, but I think that's a week for them. If the Patriots beat here, then the Ravens go all the way to 5. Indianapolis goes there. So my point is, guys, if the Ravens don't lose any games, no games, we're making the playoffs no matter what, because of how the opponents stack. The opponents stack in a way that the teams that face, they're on top of the Ravens, they face each other. That's the reality. Those teams face each other. So if you think it's week 16, it's the week, right? It's the week. We haven't lost. So these are the 2 games that you have to pay attention. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I guess the only matter is if there's a tie, right? Not even that. Look at that. But it doesn't matter who this team wins. I guess the worst case scenario will be that one. The Colts win and the Raiders win, because I had the Colts winning there. But it really doesn't matter. On week 16, if the Ravens haven't lost a game, they're going to be in the playoffs. That's how it is. So why is this important? Is one of the things you want as a team is you don't want to depend on anybody. You don't. So again, I'm trying to be fair. I'm trying to put here Colts winning, which is a team that is above us. We bring the Browns because, again, scenario is Ravens taking care of their own situation. So the Ravens beat the Browns, but the rest of the teams, I think this is fair. But even if you want to go here, it doesn't change the scenario, right? But I think here, like I said, I'm trying to be very realistic. KC beating the Dolphins, I think, is a given. This doesn't matter. Tennessee beating them, sure, should be a beat. And then I think the Colts are better. But look, if you flip it, it doesn't matter because we're still in 7th place there, right? And then let me see here. And the rest of these doesn't matter. Again, Buffalo, this here doesn't matter. I give it to Steelers. The consequential. Raiders, again, I'm giving the Raiders win. I'm giving the Browns a win here. The Bills, let me see here. If I put the Dolphins there, right, let's giving the benefit of the doubt to the Dolphins winning. The Colts winning. Tennessee winning. The Browns winning. The Seahawks, that doesn't matter. And none of the rest matter here. Week 16, again, this is the week. Here are the 2 key matchup, guys. These, like, if we're winning, we play that week at 1 against the Giants. If you want to watch 2 games, these are the other 2 games you need to watch. But the reality is, it doesn't matter what happened to those games. Dolphins win. I guess they're in because of whatever I did. But and that will be your worst case scenario, right? Dolphins win and Colts win. That is your worst case scenario because the Ravens are tied here with Miami. And this is Miami losing to KC and beating the Patriots, right? And then if they beat the Raiders and the Colts win, that is your worst case scenario. Okay? And then on week 17, the Dolphins will also have to beat Buffalo over there in Buffalo, which is highly unlikely in my opinion. But if they do, that's fine. That will be the only scenario that the Ravens don't make the playoffs. If the Dolphins basically go basically lose to KC and beat. Where are we? The Patriots. They beat the Raiders and they beat Buffalo. If one of these doesn't happen, then the Ravens win out. The Ravens make it. So that is the team to watch. Obviously, if Miami loses next week to KC, that's a loss that you expect. But after that, if they lose any games, that's important. Somehow this happens here, that would be crazy, but that's also a way. So the problem that the Browns have is, and how I'm giving the scenario here, I'm giving the Browns 2 wins. Is if the Browns lose to the Ravens, they can't lose anymore. Because if the Ravens win out and the Browns happen to lose to the Steelers here, the Browns are out at 11-5. So for all those Browns fans that are very confident, you have to pump your brakes. Because although I don't think this is super reasonable, right? 11-5 for Miami is very rich. 11-5 for Miami is very, very rich. It can happen. It's not impossible. And the Ravens 11-5, it can happen. It's not impossible. So the Browns, obviously, they beat the Ravens to basically lock it. That is the game for both teams. If they lose to the Ravens, even though if they go all the way to Pittsburgh, they need to beat Pittsburgh. If they don't beat Pittsburgh, they're done. So this is the scenarios, guys. Basically, win out, and I think you probably it's like 90-something%. By week 14 here, week 15, right? By week 15, if for some reason Miami loses, that's big. That would be the only one. If the Browns lose also will be big. But week 16, critical, because there's 2 main matchups. Raiders can take care of their business if they lose their doubt. And obviously the Steelers here, they can take care of business to try to keep going for the first place. So there will be times that you have to root for the Steelers. I know. But this is the scenarios how we're going to make the playoffs, okay? Hey, guys. All we have to do is play good football. Go back to what we did. Play good football. In this case here, we finished 6th. And we played Tennessee. I can see the Ravens actually finishing 5th because, again, I don't think that will happen. And if that doesn't happen, Miami will be out. And we play Buffalo. That's a good team to play, but I think we can beat them. And after that, who knows who we're playing? Maybe KC. I don't know. Anyway, guys, hopefully you like this video. Please share my content. As I'm coming back with more and more content, please share. Obviously, when season's over, the draft, I'm a draft junkie. I'll be pushing hard for that. Please follow the AFC North. Also on IG. I know the Cowboys game, for me, it's at 1:30 in the morning. I wake up at 1 like I did last time. And then, I watch the game. Trip. Literally, don't lose. Don't lose. If you lose, it's almost an impossible heal. And let me go here very quickly because look at this, 11-5. 11-5. I had no 10-6. It's very, 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 very hard for 10-6, which is crazy. But it's very hard for 10-6 to be in this playoff. And if you're in the AFC, look at 9-7. Obviously, it's just 6-10. But 10-6 won't cut it this year. Okay? Could, but that would mean a lot of crazy scenarios, a lot of silly losses. And Cleveland for all the things, because I haven't been taking abuse in the AFC North. And shout out to the Trip for contributing to the AFC North. Cleveland loses to the Ravens next week, right? Which is what I'm expecting. The Giants have been playing better, right? Which we're also playing. The Jets are pushover, but this becomes our game. Because if we don't lose and they lose to us, if they lose to the Steelers, and for some reason Miami comes here and beats the Bills, they could be out. Let me see. Yeah, they could be out. This is a crazy, guys. This is 1 11-5 team can still not make the playoff. 1-11-5. So again, win out. Very little help you need because a lot of these teams play each other. It still could happen that 11-5 you don't make it, but it's highly unlikely. Ravens have a talented team. I think it's a team that nobody wants to see in the playoff. As this O-line starts playing better, watch out. Lamar also has to throw better. Receivers, please just drop the balls. You know how we do, guys. Ravens all the way. Thank you for joining the live stream. Thank you for everybody that was here. Please like, please share, please hit that bell. As I'm gonna be putting more and more, not only live streams but recorded videos. I'm finishing my master's or my master class, so that will also give me some more time. Thank you. I'm very humble for the people that joined the live stream. Don't forget, Wednesday we're coming back with the AFC North talk to talk about this game, and on Thursday we will talk the preview for the following week. And just to summarize here, Jason, yes, we could get in at 10-6, but a lot of people have to lose. You don't want to depend on the other teams, okay? Thank you for joining, guys. I will see you next time. As always, go Ravens.